Hey, Jovan here with your free MLB Extendo clip play for Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Now, we love giving out free picks, but if you want my best bets, the bets that I'm putting in today, go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks for today. Now, yeah, it was a success to yesterday for the Extendo clip. We cashed our Toronto Blue Jays minus a half first 5 innings at plus 150, which brings us to a record of 3-2-1 at plus 239 for the series. Yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays got it done. It was 2-2 in the 5th inning, and in the bottom half of the 5th, like I said in the last video, they get the last crack at things, and they definitely came through. They punched into in the 5th inning in the bottom half, and they got the Max Fried. Max Fried is not well, and he's a better against pitcher at this point. He is sure to give up several runs per start. That's what he's been doing over the last month, and we took advantage. That blister on his hand is bothering him. It was evident. He kept on looking at it. If you watch the game, and in that 5th inning, the Toronto Blue Jays, they definitely took advantage. So we're gonna definitely keep on taking advantages. And this Extendo clip series, we're looking for the maximum payout, and at the expense of the line. We don't need the best line, to cash. We could manipulate the line in our advantage to get the better payout. We're not gonna move the line to get the worst payout. We're not going to move the other way to get the win for the sake of getting a win. We're going to go for the gold. And at the end of this series, this series is going to continue, but as we go along, we're going to keep on getting bigger and bigger into the plus side of things. So jump aboard, jump on these plays. They're free plays. So let's get it. And speaking of, line movement, and all that jazz, we're going to talk about CLV and EV bets, and that would be closing line value and expected value bets. Every strategy has its place in this betting space, and there's definitely merit in attacking sports gambling from a CLV and expected value angle. Jumping on lines early and getting the best number, based on the market moves, or before the market moves, it definitely has its place, and you can be quite successful doing so if you want to employ that strategy. But for me, at least, it's all about being on the right side. Personally, I'm not a CLV guy. I'm not an EV guy. I look at a line for each game, no matter what sport it is, and I look at it like this. Let's say football. If a line moves to a certain point, then I will quickly jump on the other side. I really don't care if that line is right, if the odds makers, got it wrong or got it right. I look at the line and I say, okay, this is what I'm going to do with this game. This is the side I will be on, but I don't mind it jumping a couple points or one way or another. I let the market marinate. I let that line marinate. I let that line move and settle in as the week progresses. Basketball, same thing. If I look at a line and I miss the line that on a game that I particularly liked, I'm gonna leave it alone, and it's just that simple. I'm not gonna line chase. Sometimes I'll play contrarian. Sometimes, if a line moves too much, like I said, I will be on the other side, and it's that simple. Since we're in Major League Baseball, since we're in this season, I look at a line and I say, okay, a line might have been minus 130, and I like the favorite. If it moves to 150, I really don't care. I will still be on that side. Yeah, you do lose 20 cents in value and it might make it a so-called bad bet that many will say because it moved 20 cents in the wrong direction. But look, what does that matter if you're on the right side? Now they say over time, you will lose money. Maybe, but the way that I bet, I attack plus money all day long. The majority of my bets throughout the season, or at least a fair share, a large chunk, are bets that land me on the plus side of things anyway. So it doesn't matter if I back a favorite at one time or another, or a few times, and to go for the gold or to get the cash. If I take that minus 150 bet, in baseball specifically, I'm only going up to 150 on any bet. I'm not one of those guys that give out a play that's minus 165, minus 170. So I have very strict parameters on how I'm going to do things. So, case in point, football. Let's say the New England Patriots are facing the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, and the line is minus 11 Buffalo Bills. If that line moves to 9, I might be more apt to back the Buffalo Bills. If that line moves to 13, I might be more apt to back the New England Patriots. It all depends on where the line goes. I really don't care about jumping on an early line, but that's just me. That's just a little bit that I wanted to say about that. But let's move on to our Extendo clip play of the day. And we are going to Detroit, Michigan, where the Toronto Blue Jays are facing the Detroit Tigers. And look, the Toronto Blue Jays, they keep on winning. They won another series against the Yankees, and that leaves them 4 games ahead of the Yankees in the AL East. And now they travel to Detroit, where they face the suddenly lowly Detroit Tigers, they've fallen off a cliff. They're 1-9 in their last 10. They do have Reese Olson on the mound. He's been pitching well. He's been blanking opponents. He started off the year late, by the way, so he's fresher than most pitchers anyway. But, you're facing the Toronto Blue Jays team who are hard at the plate. Their bullpen's pitching well. That's another plus. And Eric Lauer, he hasn't pitched so bad. He's a lefty. The Detroit Tigers can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag against lefties. So when all is said and done, we're going to manipulate this line, and since the Toronto Blue Jays are underdogs, we're going to make them a 1.5 run favorite at plus 165, 163 rather. And that's on DraftKings. So, yeah, those 9 losses that the Detroit Tigers have had in their 1-9 out of their last 10 stretch, they have all come by multiple runs. So this is worth a shot. It's worth a shot to get that plus money, that maximum payout. And that's my Extendo clip play of the day. Let's reiterate it real quick. Toronto Blue Jays minus 1.5 at plus 163. Book a cash to do what you got to do with it, but go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks. It's Christmas in July. My Christmas in July yearly package is $400 off the original price. Look, rock with me if you want to make money. It's really as simple as that. I've been on a lot of leaderboards throughout my stint in Pick Dawgz, including overall winning years in 2022 and 2023, and I am having a successful season already, or a successful year already. I'm on the plus side of things. Last 12 months, last 90 days, last 30 days, last 60 days, and currently on the plus side of things. And we're only in baseball season with my best work, which is football and basketball, yet to come. And I will surely be on the leaderboards in that one. So rock with me. So with that said, let's get this money. Smash that like button, of course. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.